Dragon Ball Legends has gone and added another rarity to equipment, one even higher than Z+. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have ascended to the realm of the gods. As you can see on your screens, we have a new rarity for equipment. This is a godly equip. It is above Z+. It is really only a visual change. They didn't change the percentages on equips or anything like that. It's just now to kind of differentiate between the Z+s. Z+s are still very, very good. Godly is now just the stats are even closer to being the max on the equip. You don't have to have max. Like if we look at this equip, I'm not at the max 10% there. I'm not at the max 25%, and I'm not entirely at the max 10% for both, but we're very close, so that's why it's a godly equip. Versus when we look at the same equip here, I have it as Z+. We are a little bit further away at this first slot here than I am on the godly one, and so that is the difference between it being a Z+ and a godly. So again, it's not really a change to how good the equip is. It's just kind of like a visual thing. But you want to have the godly emblem. You want to have the best of the best emblem on your team. Strike fear into your opponent with your godly equips. So I'm going to tell you how to get them. To get an equip to godly, you're going to see that on all equips, they have the 3 little slots on them. When you haven't upgraded, they only have the first slot colored in. Like you can see here, there's 2 empty slots on these equips down here, but these equips have all the slots with a colored kind of gem in them. You're going to want to get that first slot either a high yellow or a red slot for a godly. Red is even better, more likely that you're going to get your equip up to godly than just say it maxes out at a Z+, because as again I mentioned, godly means the equip is almost perfect. It is almost at the maximum for the ranges that it offers. You can see here the strike defense and blast defense on this range, 8 to 15%, 15% being the max. We are nearly there at 14.95, 14.8, and that is why it is a red slot on the equipment. So if you get equipment and say just like this equip here, it has a green slot in that first spot, it's not gonna likely get to, I don't even think they can get to godly. I just don't think it's going to be possible, even if you max out the other slots, unless it's one of the rare weird equipments. There are a couple equipments that, like, to get the yellow and red slot, it's already almost max. The settings for it are just kind of interesting. But for most, if you get that green slot, don't even try. It's not going to get to godly. Only go for equips that have a yellow or a red slot. And if it's a yellow one, you want to make sure that that yellow one is, of course, almost to red. Like as I showed you, my Z+ version of this equip, the yellow is a lower yellow, 9.2, compared to my godly version, which has a 9.65, 9.75. They're both technically yellow, but that other yellow is lower, which is holding it back from becoming a godly equip. If you're wondering how to change that first slot, you can't. The only way you can do it is just to get an entirely new equip and hope that it comes with a yellow or red. They do not allow you to re-upgrade or re-roll that first slot. They do for the second and third slots, but for that first one, they do not. You just have to get a new version of that equip, which for most equips, it's not a problem. For awakened equipment, it can be very annoying since you have to put in so many materials to awaken the equip, but you're just going to have to keep going until you get a high yellow or red first slot if you want to get a godly equip. Now, once you have a red or yellow, high yellow in your first slot, you can go and upgrade. Hopefully you get a good one. That'd be great, but most likely you're going to get 2 greens in a row here, just like I am on this equip. Bang, bang, and look at that. We only got 2 greens. Not very good. So, now that we have 2 green slots, you're going to notice it's not good enough. It's only an A. We're not even S, Z, Z+, or even close to godly. So you're going to have to go and re-upgrade. And here, this is where you're going to spend your slot removers. I recommend that you just re-roll normally. You just do the normal re-upgrade process, where you go up to 30 times, you just continue to reroll. You can set it to stop on red if you really want to. It'll probably take longer, but again, this whole system of equips is RNG based. You could get really lucky and roll a perfect red slot on your first reroll, or it could take you hundreds of slot removers. It's just kind of a luck thing. There's no real skill or trick involved to this, unfortunately. You just gotta hope. I, however, recommend just going for orange, as it'll probably happen sooner. And even if you get a red while you're rerolling for orange, it'll stop on red. So if you do get a red, even better. But stopping on orange is just easier. Once you get your equip to say you have a red first slot or a high yellow first slot, and then you have 2 yellow slots, just like I have on this equip here. With that, then when you want to reroll, you don't have to do it the normal way. In fact, don't do it the just standard way. Go into secure upgrade. You can do just a standard secure upgrade, which will cost you 5 slot removers and then whatever else that equipment requires. That means that if you get a lower one, it won't go down to that lower one, but if you get a higher one, it'll go up. Effectively, it's like a no risk type of thing. You may not get higher. You probably won't get higher a lot of the time, but if you do get lower, it won't go down. That's just kind of the secured. I normally, once I get it to a yellow or even red slot to get it higher, I then like to do the guaranteed upgrade, which is going to cost in between 30 and upwards slot removers per slot, depending on like how close to max and how many times you've upgraded or re-upgraded this equip. It's going to cost more slot removers. It can get into like the 60s. It can get very expensive. This getting godly equips is a very resource extensive and expensive process. You're going to use a lot of slot removers doing this, so it's not something, if you don't have a lot of slot removers, that you can really push for, unfortunately, because of how RNG this whole system is. It just takes a lot of slot removers and Zenny. You're going to need a lot of slot removers and a lot of Zenny, which I have a guide on how to get Zenny on my channel if you want to check that out. That stands true almost all the time. And slot removers kind of changes based on what events we have going on. I may make a video about that in like a continuous spreadsheet, but we'll see. Once you have the guaranteed upgrade, it will be different how much it's guaranteed to upgrade it, but it tells you how much it's going to go up. For a lot of them, it's 0.5%. For some of the like smaller ranges, let me see if I can find one here. I think, yeah, if I go to this equip and I try and do this one here and I go to max, like you can see this is 40 slot removers on this to do this one, but that's only 0.25% because it's like a smaller range, so it doesn't jump you up as much. It just depends on the equip. It'll tell you, as you can see there, and then obviously I already have that second one max, so it's not going to go up at all. But then just keep guaranteed upgrading it until you get it all the way till it's godly. You know, it's not going to be complete max equip. If you get a complete max equip, that's really the goal, because that's giving you the most buffs for your unit in game. You're getting the most strike attack, the most blast attack, the most health, whatever it is on that equip, you're getting the most out of it. So you want it to be max regardless of what kind of cool shiny design is on it. But that's really how you get to godly. Go for a high yellow or preferably red first slot on the equip, then upgrade the equip. You're most likely not going to get good rolls, and you know the other two slots is going to look like this, a red with two greens. You're going to go into the re-upgrade slot panel. You're going to click on it. You're going to just normally re-upgrade until you get a orange or red. Then from there, guarantee upgrade from that point. Do not guarantee upgrade all the way from green to red. It's going to take so many slot removers. It's going to most likely be more efficient in terms of slot remover usage if you do the normal random generation one until you get lucky and get a yellow or red. Then it would be from going guarantee, 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 because guarantees cost so much. So try and get that yellow or red second and third slot, and then guarantee upgrade from there, and then you'll have a godly equip. That's really all there is to it. It's just a lot of luck. What I've just said also applies to every single type of equip, whether it's a gold or a plat or a awakened plat or an awakened gold. It does not matter. This applies to every single type of equipment into the game, and they're all the same. The only thing is awakened equips are, again, a little more difficult, because to get awakened equips, you have to turn in so many materials otherwise, and it's just a more intensive process. So that's why awakened equips suck. That's just why they suck. But I wish you the best of luck. I hope this helps you out if you're new to the game and did not know. I hope you can get those godly equips and go tear it up in PvP. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to check out my Twitch, and also there will be live streams returning to YouTube again once I figure some stuff out. But I do always live stream on Twitch, and I hope to see you all there. I hope this video helped you out. Hope you all are having the best day, staying happy and healthy, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow.